Here we go, guys. Just a real quick market update. Looking at the S&P 500 right now, and this is part of the reason why Bitcoin is actually pulling back as well. As you can see here, the last 7 trading days, the S&P 500's, been green, moving up. So it's got to come down a little bit before it can bounce again. Okay, well, you got to bend your knees before you can jump higher. You know. So, but anyway, currently, we'll see if we get a little buy the dippers coming in. But right now, we're taking out the last three trading days for the S&P 500. But one thing I wanted to bring to your attention, if we look at the big picture, ever since we got back up and over the blue line here, that's our 20 days simple moving average, basically the average closing price the last 20 days. It has held the 20, and each time we got under it, for a minute, the next trading day or so, they jumped it back over the 20. Okay, let me take this uptrend line off. As you can see, got back over it, got back over it. So we'll see if that's the play again this time. If they bring it down to the 20, this uptrend line, and we close in around it or dip into it, then take off. And right here, see the previous candle, that wick, that means it was all bought up. Buy the dippers came in, save the day. Buy the dippers came in, save the day, pretty close to the 20 and our long-term uptrend line. Okay, so anyway, let's get to Bitcoin. And kind of the bigger picture here. Number one, we're saying this was the bottom for Bitcoin regarding this last hoorah, this last run, up into the end of the year. We'll see if anything spills over into 2026, but remains to be seen. But a lot of previous resistance here, even through here, finally got back over it, and we'll see if that holds. Plus, we have a measured move here that our Patreon members know about, and we'll tell you more about that later. But anyway, as long as that 108 holds, and the longer we're in this upper range, that allows the 200 to come up and help with support. I don't anticipate that, but you always got to expect the unexpected, as they say. And here's the 8 simple moving average, this little gray line here. And as you can see, we were extended above it pretty well. See, right through here, if I can draw a straight line. And whenever you start getting extended, above the 8, above the 20, above the 200, you're going to get a pullback. Nothing goes straight up. I mean, just like your kids bouncing on the trampoline, they can't go higher unless they, hit it, push it lower, and go. But anyway, I was going to go over some of these altcoins real quick. And first one up, Ethereum, and simply because, it's one of the more well-known ones. Everybody's heard of it. And the market generally runs the altcoin market with Ethereum here. But anyway, and what we do, this was our last low pivot for support, previous resistance, now support. So what we're going to do is take our blue dash line, bring it up, because we have done a pretty good little run here to the upside into that previous resistance. So yeah, it's causing resistance here. So you got to look left and understand that things, assets do not just go straight up. Now, gold has kind of sort of done that, but anyway, these altcoins especially got to look left and see, what's above you and what's below you for support and resistance. All right. So we're anticipating, a little run up, nice little, pullback, maybe into the 20, and then that'll give us the slingshot set up, to start taking out some of these red dash lines. Okay. And then the next one, let's do this. Let's do React. That's been the talk of the town. And if you were following us on X, over the last couple of days, we were having the perfect setup here, calling the top, calling the support zone, so on and so forth. And as you can see, the measured move here on React that we teach our Patreon members, it's still being a headache for React, trying to get up and over it. Now, that same measured move coming down, because it works, the same as an asset's coming down, will work as support. It'll bounce off of it. Plus, you're getting multiple candles here, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're due for a red candle, a pause candle, to come in here a little bit. But actually, this is actually very positive, very bullish compared to the total market, because the total market, I'd say, not 95% plus of these altcoins are red, and React's doing pretty well here. No hate on it. And then Solana, another big name. This low pivot here as we dip down, then tried to move up. See over here that support. Okay, as you come up into support, then look right here. What we're talking about as you come up to it, many times it will be, resistance until you get a little bit deeper pullback and go. But we've blown through this very recent support. So we go over here. The next support zones are going to be previous resistance. If we crash that 20 there, we'll come back into this level. Okay, hope that makes sense. And then we'll do the X's here, XCN. And, man, I wish this thing could get going. But see, we got to take our red dash line of resistance, put it here, pull that in so you can see it. Because, see, we had a green bar over the 20, that blue line. Today, we couldn't get through it and move up. So that's still going to be resistance until we break it. So we're going to take that blue dash line off, and we're looking for possible support down here again. So maybe a retest into this, the big money, little money, whatever's coming in there, supporting it in this zone for XCN and XLM, doing all the X's here. Resistance is going to stay the same, red dash line, because we definitely couldn't get any follow through. Now, a lot of times these red candles, big red candles, now we have, what is it, 7 hours to go before the close, 7 p.m. Central. And we'll see if we get a, buy the dippers coming up, buying that up. But for right now, we go left. The next support was previous support right here. And then resistance there. So, and then here. So all of these that will support could possibly help, and the 20 there could possibly help with support as prices coming down. And then resistance. Many times those locations will help with support should an asset, the price come down. Okay. And then a lot of people ask, well, okay, I got in, long over here, and then, red candle put me out, so on and so forth. But what I want to show you is, on this little uh, trading profit loss schedule here, as you can see, every uh, loss was a small loss. Okay. You can be wrong. Matter of fact, you will be wrong. That's 100% guarantee. That is financial advice. Okay, you will be wrong. But the trick is not to stay wrong. Okay, you can be wrong, just don't stay wrong. And get out, get those little hits and get out, go on to the next thing. Okay. So that's the big takeaway, today is, as soon as you see that your, potential play, if it was to the upside, you're looking for more moves to the upside, doesn't work out, then, get in there and, close that position out. Be just like you hiring, a new person for your retail shop. And the very first day, you see them taking cash out of the register, putting it in their pocket. You're going to sit there and wait, for a week or two or whatever to see if they put the money back. What if they take out money every day? so on and so forth. You'd probably fire on the first day. So the market's stealing money from you. So why don't you just fire the market? Okay. So anyway, let's do XRP, the last one here. And as you can see, that was our previous support, blue dash line. Today, driving us through it. Next support right here. You just go left, and the previous bounce zone, where this pivot is. Matter of fact, you could probably pull it over. Nah, that's a little too high. We'll put it right here, okay? So anyway, that'll be the next target actually for XRP. We'll see if you get a bounce there, if it's going to be a little bit deeper. But if you look at the big picture, I'll spit it out here in a minute. Um, we really started uh, bouncing here. That new altcoin, season pump, however you want to say it, really started in June 22nd, June 23rd. You can look on any chart, okay? Look on any of your altcoins, and at the end of June 22nd, June 23rd, technically, you should have seen a nice green candle, okay? That's what popped it all off. And then most recently, that's Friday, September 26th. That's the real line in the sand for any and all these altcoins, okay? So we're going to put that right through here and make it a contrast color so we can see it. Okay, look on your chart. No matter, I know I just ran through, a handful of altcoins, but there's millions more out there, obviously. So anyway, go to your chart, pull up your coin, and look at the, that's 26 really, Friday. It should be a green candle, and that was, the bottom line that we need to hold now, no matter what happens in here. You break that, then we're going to have to restart the process again and start putting in those W's, to push this thing upwards. So anyway, long story short, thanks for watching. Okay, and if you want to find out more, learn more about this sort of thing, learn how to trade, commodities, precious metals, small caps, S&P 500, whatever you want to do, come on over, check out our Patreon, and we will see you on the charts.